talks are giving some hope to the hard-hit airline industry in particular before tens of thousands of layoffs on Thursday. I'm joined now by two AFA flight attendants for United Airlines who are scheduled themselves to be furloughed. They are Amanda Steinbrunn and Kacy Lunceford. Amanda and Kacy, I'm so sorry you're facing this right now along with thousands of your colleagues. Our hearts go out to you. I wonder, Amanda, if I could just begin with you. Do you feel to this point abandoned by Congress?
Absolutely we do. We're essential workers. We've shown up every single day throughout this pandemic to deliver, medical supplies to our nurses, our doctors. We've taken people, that were in the Cleveland Clinic to New York in a hot spot to help save Americans and help our Americans. And we've shown up with the uncertainty of possibly catching COVID ourselves. And we expect Congress to do their jobs to help us. The aviation industry is huge in America, and it affects every single congressman and congresswoman.
No question, and a lot of Americans, right? It's how we get around the country to see family and friends. Lacey, question for you. The pilots, the union representing the pilots, they reached a deal yesterday to not furlough any pilots through 2021. I wonder, are flight attendants working on a similar deal? Is that possible to prevent these layoffs?
Thanks, Jim. I'm not sure that there is that we are working on a deal with our union to prevent layoffs. Right now, our only hope is for Congress to pass the clean extension of the payroll support program.
Understood. Kacy, and I called you Lacey. Apologies, Kacy. Amanda, as you mentioned, you're facing particular risks here now. I mean, a lot of folks have lost their jobs, sat under any circumstances, but you're taking on the risk of being in a confined space, right, with other people in the midst of a pandemic here. I just wonder, when you look at this going forward, are you concerned that flying will never get back to the level it was before, right? That perhaps these jobs won't come back because people will remain scared? Or do you see hope as a vaccine comes out?
We see an absolute hope. There's so many circumstances that could change our industry overnight. A vaccine for one, more information about the virus and how it spreads, more areas that are studied to help us understand just how this is going to affect us in the long run. I believe that we will come back strong. After 9/11, we came back strong. After SARS, we came back strong. Absolutely, I think in our future, we're going to get back to where we used to be. And having those employees come back that have worked so hard for this industry and deserve to be is very important at this time.
It is a great point, because after 9/11, a lot of folks said, well, people will never fly the same way again. And in fact, flying around the world increased by multiples after 9/11, so there is hope. Kacy, I wonder, as you know, here I am sitting in Washington within sight of the Capitol building. You know that compromise is not the name of the game here, sadly. What is your message to Democratic and Republican lawmakers as they make this one, perhaps final pre-election push for a package to avoid the layoffs, the furlough that you're facing yourself?
My message to Congress is that we are real people. We are aviation's first responders and frontline workers, and our livelihood and our health care is literally in their hands past the payroll extension program.
Understood. And Amanda, for folks at home who might remain concerned or wary of hopping on a plane again, I've done it myself, and I've been impressed by the level of mask wearing, how much cleaning takes place between flights. I've done a lot of reading on the research of how air is circulated in planes and filtered throughout this. But for folks at home who are still nervous, you fly a lot. What is your vision of the risk of flying today?
The only risks, we just have to be very careful, with the spread of germs, wearing our masks, washing our hands. We day to day have new things that are coming out that we're doing to clean our airplanes. We're sanitizing, putting off these sanitized bombs through every single surface of the aircraft, wiping tray tables, passing out wipes to clean your seat. There are many ways for us to protect ourselves in the airline and across all the aircrafts right now. And if we take proper precautions, we can come back to flying without being so sick every day.
Yeah, and like I said, I've been impressed with the efforts being made. A couple of times I've done this. Kacy, and we're hoping for both of you and for your colleagues, that these furloughs are somehow avoided, that there's a deal, perhaps money coming from the Hill. The airline industry, the sad fact it is, it's still expecting major losses, right? I mean, flight passenger traffic has really fallen off a cliff here. How do you expect that will change things for flight attendants, for the airlines themselves, as we go forward?
I think our whole job right now has been changed completely. Our policies and procedures are different. Our interactions with each other and with passengers are different. And I think that we will see the effect of this for years to come.
Well, listen, I know lots at stake for both of you, not just your jobs, but your health care. I mean, in the midst of a pandemic, this is no small thing. Amanda Steinbrunn, Kacy Lunceford, thanks to both of you, and we wish you both the best of luck.